Hey, what is going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life and the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good evening. Happy Tuesday to each and every one of you. Well, a little bit of a pushback on Gary Gensler's deal this morning, or just this afternoon. A little bit of pushback there on Twitter. Let's see if he can really stand up to the test. You know, of course, he may be doing like some others who get onto social media and turn on a mic or a camera or something to just ignore the comments. He may be doing that. You just never know. You just never know. But a little bit of pushback there for sure. Shout out to Jungle Inc. I hope you guys watch this video today. It's a little 5-minute video on the hearings and stuff. It's an interesting stuff. And again, I know a lot of people are just disappointed and maybe even perhaps frustrated, but ultimately we know where he stands now. And it's important to, rather than be reactive as a community, is to be proactive, right? And understand that where he lies. And as long as we know where he is, you know, we can move forward. Now, and I get people who are saying like, apparently Jeremy Hogan is saying there's only so much he can really say publicly, but sometime, somewhere along the line, you got to get past that. Got to get past that, right? And so, yeah, interesting stuff for sure. So I'm not giving him a pass. He had some time at MIT. He is now the acting chair. I mean, not the acting chair. He's now the chair, right? He is now the chairman. So let's just watch what he does and not so much pay attention to what he says, but let's definitely watch what he does. And so I wanted to hop on here real quick, guys, and go over a video from DIY Investing, my guy, one of my guys here when it comes to making money in the digital asset space. When it comes to making money in the digital asset space, right? Because there are people who talk about making money in the digital asset space. And then there's the people making money in the digital asset space. And I remember when I first got into crypto, it was this guy, I forget his name, but he used to say, money on the dashboard is not money. Money on that dashboard is not money. I remember, I'll never forget him saying that. Money on the dashboard is not money. Money on that ledger, it's not money. It's not money. So in any case, yeah, listen to a guy who's actually making money. I remember when this young guy, DIY investing, said he bought his mom a house, right? I'm thinking this dude is in his 20s and he bought his mother a house. And there are people who are in their 50s claiming to be wise and making money. And so you gotta look at that strategy, right? You gotta pay attention to the strategy a little bit, right? You gotta look, as my guy used to say, his name was Ken Stewart. He says, CJ, you gotta look at the fruit on the tree. You gotta look at the fruit on the tree. What's the fruit on the tree look like? You know, my guy, high altitude investing, right? He'll get people, person after person after person, saying, thank you for making me a millionaire and a multi-millionaire. Right? And there's a difference between claiming to have all this wisdom because you're in your late 40s and your 50s and you hold crypto. And you hold crypto. Than actually becoming a millionaire or a multimillionaire. Actually, literally, you know, holding assets is cool. Holding assets is cool. But are you making money? There's a different thing. It is a different thing. It really is. Cash flow is definitely something that I'm super excited about. You know, when there's money per day and I go, okay, there it is. And then I go, okay, there it is in my account daily, that's making money. That's cash flow. That's cash flow. Right? That is cash flow. Otherwise, yeah, not so much. Not so much. Oh, you couldn't. Okay. What's going on, John? Great to see you. You could not import it to MetaMask? Okay, you said you could not import it. Okay. Right. So I think it's an export and then import type deal, right? I'll have to get you the instructions on how to do that, John. Darren Moore shared that with a group, a private group. I have to share that with you on how to do that the right way. Yeah, because you don't want any issues going on right now, right? You don't want any issues going on. So you said you hopped out, and so did you actually use the wand mask and then just, with the nasty malware stuff going on and just got out of there, huh? I hear you. Oh, well, yeah, I hear you. I hear that, bro. Went back to Celsius. I hear you, bro. Yeah. Because right now it's like only the Chrome browser is right now not giving you that kind of error message in reference to the wand mask, right? Which is like MetaMask. What's going on, XRP Joe? It's great to see you. What does that say? LaKendrick. What's good? LaKendrick, good to see you. You were first, indeed. Mulberry Street Cigars is in the building. It's great to see you. So in any case, guys, anyway, that video by DIY investing today, how I take profits, is a very, very interesting thing. It really, really is. And again, I just a difference, myself included. There's just a difference. There's a difference, right? And it's cool to be smart. It's cool to have leveled up. Those things are really, really cool. It really is. It's a really, really cool thing. But the reality is if it's on paper, it's on paper. Right? If you haven't bought your mother a house yet, you haven't bought your mom a house yet. Right? If you haven't taken $200,000 or $300,000 and bought your mom a house yet, then you haven't taken $200,000 or $300,000 and bought your mom a house yet. Right? I mean, that's a cold, hard truth. It is the truth, though. Right? It is the truth. And it's not about material stuff. It's about being in a position to do material things. Are you in a position to do it? Do you know what it looks like? What does it feel like? Right? It's important, right? It really, really is. And I was thinking of my guy here, that $4,000, a $5,000 a day guy, right? And every week or the other week when that money moves into the account, that's a real deal. That is a real deal. It's the difference between excuse me, on the dashboard, on the ledger, excuse me. Yeah, and yeah, I saw that, XRP Joe. I did see that. I don't know if I can play it though on this little laptop that I have, but I did see that invite. No, I don't think that YFLR can reach $100 quickly. You mean YFIN because of a small supply there, LaKendrick? Let's go, Trevor. Yeah, I saw that invite. Does that mean I can just click on that and it'll download the game and all that for me, Trevor? I gotta find out about that. Yeah, you used the Brave browser, John, for WandaMash. Yeah, I had it on Edge, Brave, and Chrome, all three. And I did get it on MetaMask though. So I do have it on the MetaMask. And I think what XRP Darren was saying was, let me go check a look. I think what he was saying was export it and then import. So it's an export-import deal. Yeah. Import using your recovery phrase. Thanks. Going to export, and you'll have to retype password, and it will give you a private key. Then go into MetaMask and import it. Yeah. So I'll make sure that I get that to you, John, for sure. If you want it. If you're back on Celsius and you're happy, that's cool too, bro, for sure. Oh, you're saying why FLR? Because of the small supply? It says connect your Gala account and Discord to get a free Gala NFT. Ooh, nice. Really? Okay, hold on a second. Very, very nice. So anyway, Kate, in any case, guys, that's what I wanted to talk a little bit about that. We're in this, we're coming up to this time here at the end of the year where the market's going to begin to do some crazy things. And, you guys have heard me say this time and time again. I'm very, very concerned for people that will fall again into the 2017, 2018 mistake that a lot of us made. And that is going from 10, 15, 20 cent XRP to $3 and change and having never taken any profit, never. And then realizing a 3+ year bear market. And I think what people sometimes miss is the 3 years, that time, right? What is it that my mentor used to say to me about time? Not the stupid time is money thing that everyone says. It was another thing that he was saying. And I don't know if it was speed or something. Maybe he said time, speed, money, love, speed, or something along those lines. But here's the thing. If in 2017, right, you took some profit, 20 cents to $3, 20 cents to $2.85, right? If you did that, if you did it. Now I did, but I did it with a very, very small amount of XRP. I only owned a small amount. And I only maybe tripled. I didn't get those big gains. I didn't really understand the market. Maybe tripled. But if you took profit in 2017 and you were fortunate enough to 20 cents to $3 or whatever, and you had tons of it, and you just took that amount of money, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, and you put that $5,000, $10,000 to work for you in the digital asset space, even during the bear market, you would have made significantly more money. Significantly more money because of the time that you would have access to money. That time can, if done properly, it can compound and work for you versus having never taken profit. Having never taken profit and suffering through a 3-year bear market. And then the rationale is buying more crypto. The rationale is buying more crypto. But if you do the math, right? You ever question and wonder why BC Backer says that he's going into US dollar at a certain point, after the run and stuff. You ever think about, you ever take some time to just kind of analyze and think, I wonder why that is. And the more between I listen to BC Backer and DIY investing and high altitude investing, okay, and the reason why I use those three as an example, especially high altitude investing, is because money made and teaching people to make money. That's a big time difference. That's a big time. Making the money and then teaching people to make money. It's a big time difference than being smart or worse yet, thinking that you're smarter than everyone else because you're a certain age. You've been around, you've learned, you got all kind of wisdom and no kind of money. Right? Got all kind of wisdom and no kind of money. You may hold crypto, but what kind of money do you have? What kind of money do you have? Because, again, my friend would say to me, check the fruit on the tree. And it's not about the stuff necessarily, but check the fruit on the tree. The fruit on the tree might be the numbers in the account. The fruit on the tree may be the numbers in the account. Right? Open up the phone and go to the account, not Blockfolio. Now, Celsius, when they get that card, you can do that. When Celsius comes out with that card, you can go to the Celsius app because they're going to be tied together. You're going to be able to use that card, right? That'll be the actual stuff that you got. And that'll be really, really sweet. Really, really sweet. And so I just, that's one of my greatest fears is just, we don't know if there's going to be another 3-year bear market. Like, we don't know. And is the rationale going to be, well, I could just buy more. I can just get more crypto. Is that going to be the rationale? Something to ponder. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm asking you to consider it. To consider it. A lot of you know that have been following the channel for a while. Me and Miss Crypto C's, we signed a contract, a certain amount of XRP at a certain price. Yes, into stablecoin. Yep, into stablecoin. $8, $9, $10, 12% interest on the stable. Certain amount of money every single month. Withdrawn, or we're going to have to withdraw it now. We get that card. We'll get that card, but it'll be there every month, every single month, because you change the fruit on the tree from this to this. Now, some people that extra change in the fruit on the tree may be at just $500 a month extra. Some people may be $1,000 a month extra every single month. Some people might be 5,000 every single month because you had an asset, you leverage the asset to increase and level up your lifestyle. That doesn't mean 100% for us. It certainly is not going to be 100% of our XRP, right? No, but it's going to be a certain percentage to level up the lifestyle, right? And by the way, that private stablecoin money that, the powers to be are not excited about, yeah, I can earn interest on that 8, 9, 10, 12%. Will we still have some XRP and some Stellar Lumens and some other stuff for asset appreciation and eventual further accumulation during the bear market? Of course. Of course. But if there's no profit taken, that's a challenge. Right. I think most of us have realized from the 2017 thing that was a mistake to not have taken profit. You just got to figure out how much profit you want to take. What percentage? Is it 1%, 2%, 3%, 5%, 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%? What is it? Do you have that strategy? Do you have that strategy? Yeah, because there's something about, I know we took profit twice. And when I say took profit, we took it out of the digital asset space and into the fiat world to meet obligations. One was a personal thing and one was a financial. I mean, we own both, but one was more personal and one was a financial, right? And it felt good to do it. Felt good to do it and didn't have to do anything with our cash flow business at all. Nothing. Took it from the crypto space, the metaverse, right? And there's a feeling, I'm not sure, of this, a certain kind of success when you have done that. Now, when you don't do it, what begins to happen, at least for us, is a little bit of doubt, a little bit of wondering. If you understand what I'm saying. A little bit of questioning. Right? And so, and the great thing about it is you get a chance to do it yourself in a way that makes sense versus not doing it and rationalizing. The definition of rationalizing is to tell yourself rational lies. If people are really, really honest with themselves, they will admit that it was a mistake to watch XRP go from 10 cents, 15 cents, 20. Most people was 20 cents, go up to $3, expecting it to go from 3 to 5 because, well, I mean, look at Ethereum. And surely XRP is your greatest digital asset ever created. And look at all the banks and look at all the partnerships. And surely it's going to go to $5. I mean, look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin don't have any partnerships. Surely XRP is going to go to $10. Hoping that would go up, and then you never took anything. And then 3+ years. 3+ years. And here's the challenge thing. The person who made $1,000, just $1,000 on XRP, probably made more money with that $1,000 during the next 3 years than you did with your XRP. Just want you to think about that, because they got every single day for 3 years to do some stuff with $1,000 that they made off of XRP. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not about taking $1,000 and spending it. It's about taking that $1,000 and putting it to work, and having time be on your side versus being against you. Right? It's called, we call it in our business, we call it the slight edge. Right? And the slight edge is either working for you or it's working against you. It's called the slight edge. And that's the difference. Crypto Kahuna, no sir. Miss Crypto Caesar said, there's no way that you are going to be hanging out in cowboy boots. She just said that today. No way my guy's going to be doing that. But we are going to go to a rodeo. Did you do that? Baby. She's earbutted. Yeah, but we are going to go to a rodeo, Crypto Kahuna. I think this week we're going to go to one. That's right, Danny Love. That's right. And it ain't $1 million until it's, it's $1 million, right? It ain't $1 million until that it's in that account that you have access to, where you can pull 100,000 from that million. It ain't $1 million until you can pull it. It may look good on Blockfolio. It may look wonderful on Blockfolio. But you can't run to the mortgage company with Blockfolio, right? You can't you can't run to Mr. and Mrs. Utility, water, gas, trash with Blockfolio. They just won't take it. They won't take that Blockfolio. They won't take the ledger. Hey, look, here's my ledger, Nano. Can't you just take this? Look at the XRP I got on this thing. Something to ponder. I'm certainly not telling, we're not going to cash out all of our XRP, but we will be at that particular price for XRP. Yes. And it will be a big time percentage, a big time for us, just for us. That's our strategy. And we had to go out and hit, another milestone mark in terms of our XRP holdings so that we can participate in the cash flow game. Right? So we can participate in the cash flow game. But certainly when we meet this asset appreciation price, we're going to take a certain percentage of that XRP and we're going to turn it into stable coin. Not dirty, nasty fiat. No. Turn it into stable coins. Get that monthly thing. What is it? Is it going to be 1,000? It's going to be 5,000. What is it going to be? Turn it into that. And then we have more options now. Let's say it's 10 grand a month extra. Got more choices now. 10 grand a month. 1 month we might be cool, not do anything with the 10 grand. The next month we might decide to do something with that 10 grand. Who knows what it might be? But we'll have that choice. We'll have the choice to do it. And this is what I'm saying. It's more about the choices. And if you got 10 grand coming in every single month, right? Or you have 10 grand for the month of January. You can do some things in January with that 10 grand, right? To turn that 10,000 into 11 or 12. It's just more options. And again, one of the first guys I started listening to in this digital asset space, number on the dash, money on the dashboard ain't money. He used to say, money on that dashboard ain't money. Something to consider. Dan Rob, what's going on, brother? Hey, Siege. Legendary's in the building. Hey, Siege, YouTube turned off my bell for your channel. Everyone make sure the bell is on. Yeah, guys, make sure that notification bell is on. Billionaire Faith is in the building. No, I didn't see that, Billionaire Faith. Did you see Digital Pound Foundation with Quant Electronium? What? And Ripple Electronium? No, I didn't see that, Billionaire Faith. Do tell. Love the shit. Can you elaborate on what that was all about? That would be really cool. I like Danny Love has some big goals. 50 grand a month just from Celsius. I will let Flair Finance pay the rest. LOL. There you go. 50 grand a month. Cash flow coming in. That's what it's, for me in a crypto season home, that's what it's about. Because money on the dashboard ain't money. I love that name, Billionaire Faith. That is amazing. I love that. Absolutely love that. Music Biz Moriarty. How are you? Moriarty. I remember Moriarty. It was a good TV show. It had Moriarty on there. I missed you too, Billionaire Faith. It's great to see you. You see what I'm saying, guys? It's just something to think about. Let me share a little bit here from one of my guys. This is DIY investing. His name's Donovan. Check him out. Let's take a listen. The title of the video is How I'm Taking Profits on All My Crypto. 4-year cycle theory.
Met themselves as being top 9 to hold through the bear market, and why the amount of money that you will make by that are saying, well, I'm just going to hold all the way through this cycle, and once the bear market rolls around, I'm just going to keep holding because I believe in my projects. I know that they are really solid with great companies, and because of that, I would rather just hold instead of missing out on some gains at the top, right? These are all thoughts that I'm seeing thrown around Twitter, just thrown around by the crypto community in general. And I want to summarize a lot of things here, guys. I'm going to teach you guys a little bit of a strategy on how the 4-year cycle theory works. I'm going to share with you guys technical reasons on why I think that we're going to see a cycle top on the end of the year. And I'm going to tie it all together by teaching you guys why you should take profits, why you should not expect to hold through the bear market, and why the amount of money that you will make by selling the top and rebuying the bottom is enough to seriously make you a multimillionaire literally within 4 years. And it doesn't matter what you start off with so much. You can have $10,000 that you end up making at the very top. As long as you sell that and reinvest at the low, that $10,000 could very easily become over $1 million with smart, timely investments. But the only way that you do that is by getting in at the right time and
reinvesting, right? Reinvesting. You notice that I didn't say, go off into fiat world and, Lambos and right. Reinvesting. Do you have to reinvest 100% of the profit? No. But maybe consider reinvesting some of that. Maybe consider reinvesting some of that, right? Versus that holding through bear market, reaccumulating,
getting out at the right time. You don't have to buy buy the exact bottom or sell the exact top. But the people that understand the time frames are going to cement themselves as being top 90% of the market as far as buying and entering and exiting at a good price. So I think I've summarized enough. Let's actually dive into this chart. Now you guys are going to notice there's 3 different green boxes here. Now I wanted to ask you guys, what are the similarities here? Now keep in mind, ignore these black lines for a second. Just focus on these green boxes. I wanted to share with you guys a little pattern here inside of each bull cycle. And this is a pattern that I've noticed, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have noticed. If you've been watching the channel, you're probably going to know what I'm talking about already. But here we are, guys. Notice how each bear cycle we have, 80-90% decline. This one was about 94%, but you guys got to remember that this cycle was when Bitcoin had such a low market cap that it was basically the equivalent of a low market cap shitcoin, right? There really wasn't very much money inside of that. And so for Bitcoin to correct 95%, it's almost to be expected because there's just a lot of hype. It's just a lot of emotion inside of the market. Bitcoin had zero utility back in, right? So we're going to start right here and talk about, this pattern that's developed over the last 3 cycles. Now, this was cycle number 1. And if you're going to notice that we bottom right here, and then notice how we start uptrending, right? This is the very beginning of our bull run. This is where we start making higher highs and higher lows. And this is really where the trend starts. Now, you guys are going to notice here that once we actually start breaking those all-time highs, we get a big parabolic push, right? This is the push that takes us beyond all-time highs into new all-time highs into price discovery. And this is always where we get a little pullback. This is kind of what you would call the midway sell-off or the first sell-off in a cycle, and it's the very first major correction that we experience. Now, it's not always going to be the case, but this is the way that Bitcoin goes. We end up making a big leap past all-time highs, breaking into price discovery, and then we get a big pullback. In this case, this one was about an 80% drop, on average about 70% right around there. Now, what you guys are going to notice here is I want to share with you guys the time frames. Now, notice that this cycle tops here at the very top, and we're going to make this red. Notice how this tops down here at about April the 8th of 2013, right? That's where we get that midway sell-off. Now, if you guys are going to notice that this sell-off generally happens right around the tax year, right when smart money needs to pay taxes from prior investments, from other investment opportunities that they've had, whether it was business, whether it was just real estate, whether it was just other markets in general. There's always the tax season sell-off, and this is a very big staple at Bitcoin because Bitcoin is pretty much, at the hands of the rest of the market. Bitcoin follows the other markets. It follows the other indices, the S&P, the Dow Jones. All of those are correlated. And Bitcoin is more of a risk-on investment. And I think this cycle is starting to kind of flip that narrative to being more of a safe haven for the first time. But back here, there wasn't very much money into Bitcoin. And so you're going to have these same cyclical sell-offs. And this is happening right at the tax season, around the April the 1st. We get this big sell-off. Smart money takes a bunch of profits. And then we kind of go sideways for a little while. Now, guys, notice here that after this first break of the all-time highs, a little pattern I want you guys to notice that this was the previous all-time high right here at this black line. We're actually going to remove this trend line here. This was the previous all-time high. The first break into price discovery, we get this big leap into price discovery, and then we get our first major pullback, right? Now, we never fully go all the way back down to retest that all-time high. We're usually kind of in a midway price where it gets close. It looks like it's going to fall down and touch that level, but it never actually does. And this is actually what takes us into our final blow-off top to close out that bull run, right? Something along the lines of this. And this is literally where we kind of get that cycle top. This is what takes us into that very top of the cycle, the big euphoric blow off top. And then that's what precedes, a 1-year bear market, right? And so this is kind of the way that these cycles work. And you're going to notice this pattern repeated over and over and over again. Now, let's actually delete these black lines so it's just a little bit easier to keep track of for you guys. And let's talk about this secondary cycle because it followed pretty much the same pattern again. We start here, we build a parabolic trend, right? Higher highs, higher lows, same sort of pattern as we rally closer and closer to the previous all-time high. Now, we get our first major break past those all-time highs, and that takes place right here. Notice how we get our first big impulse past all-time highs. And if I actually draw a line here at those all-time highs, you guys are going to start to understand a little bit more of what I mean. This is the first major break into price discovery. And once again, what do we have? That midway sell-off. And let's actually see where that time frame stacks up. This one stacks up about June. So a couple months ahead of the last one. But nonetheless, pretty close to that same tax season sell-off. A lot of smart money begins to take a lot of profits in there. They need to pay off their taxes. And what do? Well, the market's high, so obviously they're going to sell out of their Bitcoin holdings. And so this is what we see here. Roughly the same sort of time frames, right around that late spring to early summer. We get that sell-off right into price discovery, right? Same thing. So we pull back. And then this is literally what takes us into that same final blow-off top to close out the bull run, right? We get one big leap into price discovery, new all-time highs, and this is what ultimately fulfills the cycle. And then we go into that same 1 year bear market decline, right? Now, guys, you're going to notice here that we've pretty much built the exact same accumulation trend once more. It can be slightly different, which we see with this overall uptrend in general. You know, we had this massive capitulation during March of 2020, right? The pandemic, a lot of people freaked out. And to be quite honest, guys, I don't actually think that this would have happened. You know, it really wouldn't have happened if the pandemic never hit. There was a lot of fear inside of the market. And so this is just a golden outlier of a great buying opportunity. It never broke below the 200-day moving average. And the 200-day moving average has perfectly predicted the cycle bottoms all the way since back in 2015. We didn't have enough price history to go all the way back in here at the time. But the 200-day moving average is oftentimes the very low end of the cycle.
What?
I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Oh.
What is that noise?
Mattress.
So guys, that's just a little bit. I put the what is it? The link in the description of that video. I encourage you guys to definitely look at it. Finally listening to a live video. What's going on, Paul Bogos? Great to see you. Listen to what the guy is saying. A young man knows how to make money. And I think that is the most important thing in the space. Everyone can share their portfolio and the number of assets that they have and the value that they have in the assets. The money in the dashboard, money on that portfolio is not money. It's really important to understand. And plus also, when you do get to that $50,000 a month in cash flow, right? When you do get to that, you just remember one thing. That money in the stable coins, you still got that money. Still got it. If it's $100,000, you're earning 8, 9, 10, 12%. You still got that $100,000. Still have it. And you have options. You have more options. You have more options. You have more options. Asset appreciation. With asset appreciation comes asset depreciation, right? And again, no one's talking 100% of doing anything at 100%, right? No one's talking that, right? But there is a percentage to leverage. You leverage your portfolio, right? We're going to leverage our portfolio at whatever percentage that is going to be at a certain price, not 100%, not 100%, but a certain percentage to give us more options, right? To give us more options, because ultimately we believe that this new financial system and the digital asset space is going to be a big part of this new financial system, and that the assets that we have are valuable. They are valuable. We laid out a strategy a few videos ago to do something with the XRP at $7 and $10 and $3, and there's things that you can do to even get back the XRP that you spent at $3 or $7, right? And there are ways to do that if you want to be a little bit more risky. Certainly, we're not telling you to do that, but we did the math, and those are certain things that are possible. What's going on, Jay Dell? It's good to see you. It's great to see you. There's a link. Oh, you left a link? Okay, I'm going to check that out. Let me go over to YouTube Studio and see what's going on with that. Thank you, Billionaire Faith. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. Because I mean, Electroneum, Electroneum is being mentioned. That is something different. So, guys, my point to this is, holding versus taking profits. What does that look like? Right? What does that look? Because some people think, you have to be one or the other. You have to be a total holder, or you have to be a total hodler, or you have to be a total take profit. And who says that? Why does it have to be all or nothing? Right?
I say so.
Did you do the rodeo thing? Right? I mean, who says that, right? And so, again, for us, we had signed that contract, certain price, certain amount of income, right, in that stable coin, take that cash flow monthly, right, and increase our options, right? Have more options. So is that $10,000 for you? And then you're going to earn 8, 9, 10% on 10,000. Is it $100,000 for you? And you're going to earn 8, 9, 10, 12% on 100,000. Is it $500,000 for you? And you're going to earn 8, 9, 10, 12% on $500,000. What is it for you? What is it for you? And what percentage of your portfolio does it take to get to that number? Right? That's the thing to consider. That is the thing to ponder. All right. Let me see if I can find that link. Billionaire Faith, you said you left it. Did you leave the link, Billionaire Faith? I don't see it. Anything involving like electronium? You're saying electronium and quant, Billionaire Faith? Crazy. Yeah, I don't see it, but if you have that, that'd be awesome. And I would love to read about that, where quant and electronium is in the same sentence. Yeah, I don't see the link. What's Mr. Miller? What the? Mr. Miller, what's going on? What's going on, Mr. Miller? Good to see you. Yeah, so Jay Dell says you're spot on with your balanced approach. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. And that I think is just, that's the key. It's not that all, I'm all in on hodling. I'm all in on selling and getting out of crypto, right? I sent the link. Oh, okay. Do you have to be a mod to send a link? Okay, I think you may have to be a mod to sell that link, to send that link, Billionaire Faith. Yes. Give you an email for the channel. There it is. I would love to read that. Thank you for sharing that. Right. And I just think it's important. And, people like high altitude invested in DIY investing, they're speaking from past experience. I remember when Coining 203 came into the space, into the XRP community rather, and everyone was making a big deal about Coining 203. You know why? Because he was one of the very, 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 very small few of people in XRP holders who took profit and took the profit and put it into the real world and made some things happen for himself, right? Leveled up his lifestyle. Big deal. And I said 85% of the people didn't take profit. It's probably more than that. So it's a big time lesson learned, but it's all about managing, right? Managing that portfolio, right? 1%, 2%, 3% at this price, 3%, 5%, 10% at this price, 10%, 30%, 50%, 60% at this price, whatever it's going to look like for you, right? Because you certainly always want to have some of the greatest asset ever created, for sure. But thank God for Celsius, right? The Celsius network. Thank God, where you could realize $100,000 in profit in stablecoin, and now, my friend, you can have some cash flow, realized cash flow coming in a single month, where you now have more options. And I think that's a pretty cool deal, having more options. Again, doesn't, like he said in the video, if it's $10,000, that's what it is. If it's 10 grand, that's what it is. That's what it is, but it's definitely a lesson learned. Let me share the link of that video for you guys again. Something to consider, hodling versus taking profit. And I wanted to do this video because we're coming up on that season. A lot of you already have an established portfolio. I get it. Some don't and some don't. So they're still maybe in that accumulation phase, or they may still be in the dollar cost averaging to accumulate. Do you prefer Celsius or Yuan swap? Or it depends on the asset. For XRP, it's Yuan swap because Celsius is no longer JDAO providing interest for XRP. Now, for all the other stuff, right? Celsius is the one for me, right? Right? Celsius is the one for the Bitcoin, for the E, for the EOS, for the Stellar Lumens, right? For the what else we got on that? I don't know. For the Polygon, right? Yeah, Celsius for sure, absolutely. WanMask got a little bit of an issue going on right now with some malware stuff. So that wallet, which is like MetaMask, so yeah, they do some importing and stuff like that. But you know, they're updating some stuff. I think on the 5th or 6th, they're getting ready to add another Wan chain's getting ready to add another major. I don't know if that's Litecoin. It's probably Litecoin. They're going to add another major there. But yeah. So in any case, you don't want to turn anything on yet. They're going to update it August 5th or something like that. And I'll look at it and see what's kind of going on from there. But in any case, guys, listen, check out the video. There's the link again. I put that in there. Listen to this guy. Check out High Altitude Investing as well. Really, really smart guys. And again, it is just about, you know, understanding the difference. Because I humbly submit to you, someone who made $1,000 on their XRP, just $1,000, and they had 3 years to take that 1,000 and turn it into 2, turn that 2 into 5. And others had to take their dirty, nasty fiat and buy more XRP because they didn't have that 1,000 or 2,000 or 10,000 to work with. Mr. Miller, what are you saying can be redeemed by gold? Oh yeah, XRP AAU gold trading since 2016. Yeah, I remember when that company did that. Yeah, I do remember when they did that. We redeemed 2016 physical gold can be redeemed. Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that. And I did a video about, I thought it was interesting how they would take your XRP and give you that XAU. I always thought that was very, very interesting. They would take your XRP and they would give you their valuable gold. What does that say? What does that say? What does that say? Yeah, so you're doing the trust lines. I got to figure out how to do the whole trust line thing there, Mr. Miller, with the Zoom app. I think it's called the Zoom app. I gotta figure out how to do those trust lines, right? Now, Patty XRP did a video today, but he didn't really kind of go through it, you know? I need someone to kind of go through that step by step, you know, see how that goes. So, guys, some food for thought. I hope it has been of value to you. I hope you have this plan. You don't want to go into this full-blown bull market and not having had a plan. You know, maybe you don't have to go to the extent that me and Miss Crypto Seeds did, but we literally wrote it down on paper and signed it. Contract, XRP, this price, boom. You know, when we can snatch this particular dollar value amount in XRP, we're taking it. We're not taking it and turning it into dirty, nasty fiat, but we're taking it. You know, and still having a significant amount to hang out on Flare Network and create cash flow. You know, that's going to be a cool thing as well. So, all right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for hanging out. I went 20 minutes longer than I was supposed to. So I got to get off here. All right, guys, listen, thank you again so much for hanging out. It's been a really, really, really cool hang. Don't let Gary Gensler just, you know, don't let the people at the SEC discourage you. We know who they really are, right? And so now we can prepare for that. Decentralized finance is our chance to win. The digital asset space is our chance to win. Never forget that. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to end this video. I could do all of my videos and remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.